with no bias, news with no exemption, delivering nothing but the truth. This is BS Education as your news patrol. Your news, our business. Broadcasting live from Pamantasan ng Kabuyaw.
Good afternoon, Philippines. Good afternoon, Manila. This is Joanna Kalimag serving you the hottest and the most leading news of the hour. Your news, our business. For the headlines. Challenges encountered by the colleges in terms of curriculum adjustment. Challenges encountered by the colleges in terms of alignment of materials. Challenges encountered by the colleges in terms of deployment of learning delivery modalities. Challenges encountered by the colleges in terms of orientation of parents or guardian of learners. Challenges encountered by the colleges in terms of trainings. Curriculum adjustment in colleges happen during distance learning. Here's Bea and Sansa with the answer.
The COVID-19 outbreak has disrupted the educational system across the world, resulting in the utilization and implementation of distance learning. In order to fully adapt to these changes, curriculum adjustment is needed with the aim of increasing the variety of teaching, learning, and assessment being administered in a classroom setting. However, despite the advantages offered by implementing curriculum adjustment, as mentioned by Malik 2012, many college institutions remained using the old curriculum and made little to no modifications in their courses of study. As a recommendation, the researchers encouraged the government's educational sector to promote curriculum mapping in all of the college institutions in the country with the aim of addressing academic gaps and ensuring that curriculum adjustments have been made. This is Bea Aranzanzo reporting. Your news, our business.
Does alignment of material in colleges happen during distance learning? Here's Joselito Dolores with the answer.
Due to the transition of the educational system into distance learning, the availability and alignment of needed equipment, materials, and technology should be taken into consideration. This ensures that the content conveyed in every course is perfectly aligned with all the other elements in the course. As a result, according to Crawford and Rouse 2018, some community colleges carried out curriculum mapping in their respective schools. Examining and evaluating the alignment of needed materials, technology, and equipment during distance learning has been its main purpose. Therefore, changes in the instructional materials being used in the said mode of learning have been made in some college institutions. As a recommendation, the researchers encourage college institutions to promote essential materials that are accessible and attainable for every college student coming from different income classes. This is Joselito Dolores with the answer. Your news, our business.
What learning delivery modalities are being deployed in colleges during distance learning? Here's Matt Cavinta with the answer.
During the COVID-19 outbreak, certain measures that limit the number of people in certain areas have been implemented. Due to this, the educational system has transitioned from traditional to distance learning. With the help of technology, the entirety of college institution now administers online classes. Different video conferencing applications including Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet have been utilized as its learning delivery modalities. As a recommendation, the researchers promotes the use of class schedule, indicating whether synchronous or asynchronous classes will be executed. This will result in unity in the class calendar and will help to save internet expenses. And this is Matt Cabinta reporting. Your news, our business.
Don't change your dial. We'll be right back with more news after these reminders.
Hi class, this is Mr. Gutierrez, your online reminder. Today, I will be reminding you about the basic etiquette for an online class. First, be on time for the meeting. Second, mute your mic when you are not talking. Third, raise your hand and wait for the teacher to call you before you talk. Finally, be attentive, focused, and prepared for class. And that is your online reminder for today. Again, I am Kian Gutierrez at your service.
Now we're back. This is is BS Education, your news patrol. Back to our news. Does orientation of parents or guardian of college learners happen during distance learning? Here's Moises Lopez with the answer.
In the traditional mode of learning, parental involvement was considered a contributing factor in the student's success. According to Garcia and Thornton, 2014, parent participation in learning reduces absenteeism and improves overall students' performance. Taking this into account, during the educational shift to distance learning, numerous colleges and universities still carried out orientation programs for parents or guardians with the purpose of discussing adjustments administered by colleges. As a recommendation, the researchers encourage college institutions to conduct orientation programs as often as possible to ensure that parents will remain updated with important news and information in regards to their child's education. This is Moises Lopez, your news, our business.
For our final news, does training in college institution happen during distance learning? Here's Noel Castrello with the answer.
The challenges brought by the COVID-19 outbreak have disrupted the educational institutions across the world, leaving college institutions to implement distance learning, specifically an online mode of learning. This pandemic also reveals the entirety of the online classes from the opportunities, advantages, and disadvantages it offers. According to Basilaya and Coavage 2020, few colleges and universities offer training programs for the school's faculty members with the use of different video conferencing applications. However, since the educational shift was too abrupt, some higher education institutions have not been able to adapt, making no implementation of training programs or events in relation to this transition. As a recommendation, the researchers also encourage college institutions to carry out training programs centered on students' welfare and development to ensure that they are adjusting well to online learning. This is Noel Castrillo reporting, your news, our business.
As a recap of today's news, for curriculum adjustment, in the face of distance learning, many colleges and universities continue to use the old curriculum that was implemented in the traditional mode of learning. This was because of the sudden disruption of the pandemic in educational institutions, leaving most colleges and universities unprepared and unequipped for this kind of setup. For alignment of materials, some universities and community colleges use curriculum mapping to examine and evaluate the alignment of materials, technology, and equipment used in distance learning. This results in making some alterations to the material used in some universities to make certain that they are constructively aligned with the curriculum. For deployment of learning delivery modalities, because of certain measures and policies imposed by the government during the pandemic, where there should be a limited number of people in certain areas, almost all college institutions have transitioned to distance learning, specifically an online mode of learning. Universities and colleges use a variety of video conferencing applications like Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet to deliver and carry out lessons. For orientation of parents or guardian of learners. During the educational shift to distance learning, numerous colleges and universities conducted orientation programs with the purpose of discussing the adjustments administered by the colleges, as well as encouraging the guardians to offer assistance and motivation to their children during distance learning. For trainings, educational sector has been greatly affected by the challenges brought by the COVID-19 outbreak, leaving college institutions with no choice but to implement distance learning. Few college institutions and universities offer training programs for the school's faculty members, conducted through different video conferencing applications like Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, and the others.
And that is all the updates for this day. I am Joanna Kalimag, this BS Education News Patrol. Your news, our business.